Jai Ma, Jai Ma, and welcome to an Under My Ma Satsang. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. How wonderful to see you all. Um, as most of you know, I'm just back from a grace-filled trip to India. And I hope to tell you a little bit about my trip later with a slideshow that hopefully will work. Um, is anyone here for the first time? Welcome. So I just want to tell a little bit about satsang. Satsang is the spiritual practice most highly recommended by Anandamayi Ma, and it literally means in the company of the truth. So we gather together with kindred spirits, with like-minded people who are in search of truth, and we invoke the presence of Anandamayi Ma through chanting, telling stories of Ma, contemplating Ma's words, and meditating. Um, so tonight's co-host is our beloved Saraswati, who is in Buffalo right now, but soon to move to Maine. And she will take special care of all of you on Zoom. And we're asking you to stay muted except for two special times. We will have introductions actually quite soon. And then we'll be sharing uh, our experiences towards the end of satsang. And you can just raise your hand and be called on. Um, we're also so blessed to have Angie and Josh with us tonight to play beautiful music as Josh has just done. That was so beautiful, Josh. Oh, my Sharana, my instrumental version. Thank you. And we have Ramani and Saraswati to do readings tonight. So we're just going to have an amazing evening. So um, for anyone who is new, just let me introduce myself first. My name is Prajna Hallstrom, and I've been in love with Ma for many years. Or I see now that she's been choreographing my life since I was born, but I didn't really know that until maybe 30 years ago. And how I discovered it was that she put me in a position to have an all expense paid trip to India for a year to research her life, her teachings, 8 years after she had left her body. And I got to travel around India and meet her closest devotees and listen to their miraculous stories. And um, the book that came out of that was called Mother of Bliss. And so I like to say that I went to India as an admirer of Ma. I had read about her and heard about her from my guru, actually. But I came back from India having heard these amazing stories of transformation from her devotees all over India. I came back a devotee, and I've been a devotee ever since. And that was 1991 when I came back. Um, so that's just a little bit about me. In terms of Ma, for those of you who are new to Ma, uh, Ma was born in Bengal in 1896, and she lived the whole span of pretty much the next century until 1982. And she wandered throughout India, uncharacteristic of most women, first with her husband, and then after he died with the devotees, and spent a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. And everyone who came to see her, which was thousands of people, had this amazing experience of her divine presence. And some of them were very prominent people, such as Indira Gandhi. So Ma made a huge impact on this whole century. She's considered the greatest spiritual figure in India in the 1900s. And then at the age of 86, she left her body. And since then, um, so many people have been also impacted by her presence through her photos, through the books about her, through her own words that we thankfully have now translated into English. So nothing stopped when she left her body. In fact, there's almost a sense of her having um, spread even further and become more powerful. So Tonight, we're going to have a beautiful satsang. We're going to start with opening mantras, and then we'll do our introductions. I'll sing a kirtan. We'll have a reading about Ma's Leela, Ma's life. Josh and Angie will lead a kirtan. Then we'll have another reading from Ramani of Ma's words. And then I'll show the slideshow of my India trip, which hopefully will work. Let's pray to Ma that it will work. And then we'll have a small time for sharing our experiences, a short meditation, and we'll close with the closing mantras. So we have a lot of wonderful things in store. So let's begin with the opening mantras. Heads putting on original sound for musicians. Now, when we begin satsang, Saraswati is putting just the first verse of the opening mantras, the pranam mantras in. We'll sing just the first verse, and then at the end we'll sing all of the mantras. Akanta mandalakaram yaptam yena characharam tatparam darshitam yena Tasme Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to that Guru who pervades the indivisible form of the universe, who penetrates everything, be it mobile or immobile. She shows the goal, which is that. Shri Shyanandamai Mata Ki Jai. And now we always begin with Ma's words of assurance. I am ever with each one of you, wherever you happen to be. But your vision is tied down to worldly matters, and you have little time to direct your eyes to this body in your thoughts and actions. What can I do? But know it for certain that whatever you do in thought and deed, whether you are in near or distant lands, never escapes my loving attention. Just as at a flash of a torchlight, your faces gleam forth in their bold outlines, and all your facial expressions appear in my mind when you meditate on me or talk about me or sit down to pray to me. You may want to banish this body from your mind, but this body will not leave you for a single day. It does not and never will leave your thought. Whoever has once been drawn to love this body will never succeed in wiping out its impressions despite hundreds of attempts. This body resides and shall remain in his memory forever. Jai Ma. So we're going to have our introductions now, and because we're all on Zoom, just so you know, if you're new to satsang, some weeks we have satsang just on Zoom, and some weeks we have satsang, some people in the room and some people on Zoom. Tonight we have everyone on Zoom, so I'm going to let Saraswati introduce people. Thank you.
And yes, remember to unmute. And my name is Saraswati. I am in Buffalo, New York. And yes, as Prajna mentioned, I am very soon moving to Freedom, Maine. I am so excited. So Jai Ma, everyone, we will go to Josh and Angie.
Jai Ma, everyone. I'm Angie, and
I'm Josh.
This is Josh, and we are here in Vermont, snowy Vermont. Jai Ma, happy to be here.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma, and then our wonderful Ramani.
Jai Ma, congratulations, Saraswati. Super excited for you.
So I'm Ramani, everybody, and I am currently residing in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in a really small place called Chatham. But I'm soon going to be home in my ashram space in Massachusetts in 2 weeks. So I'm excited to be back soon. Love you all so much.
Love you too, Jay Ma.
Jay Ma. Linda and David.
We are Linda and David, and we are in snowy Williamsburg, Virginia. It doesn't snow here often, but it did snow here today. And we were in Cancun in 2019, in like beginning of March. Yeah, 2019.
Feels good to be here.
Good to have you, Jay Ma.
Jay Ma.
Jay Ma. Hello, Greg.
Hello, Saraswati. My name is Greg. I am in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, outside of Albuquerque.
Jay Ma, great. Welcome.
And Kathleen.
Back in New Jersey. And I'm very happy to see everyone. Jay Ma.
Jay Ma, Kathleen, good to see you.
Nishkala.
Hello, everyone. I'm in Ithaca, New York. Jim,
Welcome, Nishkala.
great to see you again.
And Chris Redfield, you're hiding behind a pow bam wop. There you are.
I'm right here. Hi. Welcome back, Prajna.
Thank you.
I'm Chris, and I'm in New Hampshire. Very happy to be with you guys.
Good to see you, Chris. Jay Ma.
Jay Ma. And Joshua Cappy. Hello. Good to see you.
There we go. Yeah. Hi, how are you? It's nice to see you again. Nice to see you, Prajna.
Nice to see you, Josh.
Yeah. Well, for everybody, I currently reside in northern Arizona, but I'm right now in the Catskills, looking on the western Massachusetts side along the Catskills, along the New York border to relocate. So I'm here for a little while looking at that, and Prajna will see you with something special towards the end of the month or first week of March.
Oh boy, I look forward to that, Josh. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Jay Ma.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma. And Bill. Hello, Bill.
Hi. Hello, everybody. It's good to be here. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, and Jay Ma.
Jay Ma, Bill, great to see you.
Jay Ma. And Rye 876-543 876-544. No, not quite that song.
Ryan, my name is Ryan. I'm from Ireland. It's good to see everyone. Best wishes.
Good to see you. Welcome from Ireland.
Thank you.
Hi, Ryan. And Molly. Hi, Molly.
Hi, Ma. I'm Molly. I'm from calling in from Long Island.
It's good to see you, Molly. Jay Ma.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, I'm Michael from Sebastopol, California. Great to be here. Welcome back, Prajna.
Thank you, Michael. Jay Ma, it's good to see you.
Jay Ma.
Jay Ma, it's so nice to see everyone. Geeta, it's good to see you too. Jay Ma. Let's see. Let me.
Okay.
There you
Jai Ma, so nice to see all of you. I have such fond memories over Satsang. And welcome back, Prajna. I'm looking forward to hearing from you about your trip.
Thank you.
Jai Ma, everyone. Jai Ma, everyone.
Welcome.
And Lynn. Hi, Lynn.
Hi, everybody. I'm calling in from a little town called Wendell, Massachusetts, in Western Mass. And I'm really looking forward to your slideshow, Prajna. Welcome home.
Lynn is our neighbor. She lives next town over. It's good to see you, Lynn.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm glad you got home safe. Yeah.
Thank you, Ma.
Jai Ma.
And Bhavani. Let's see. Oh, we can't.
You're not quite mute yet.
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Jai Ma, everyone. Welcome. I'm living in Eastern Mass. Welcome back from India, Prajna.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bhavani. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Carla, hello.
Hi, Jema, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here. And Pragnya, the altar looks magnificent. I never got to just say that. It is so beautiful. And I'm so happy the trip went so well and so excited about the slides. Thrilled. So thank you. And Jema.
Hey, Ma. Yeah, we're taking apart the altar on March 1st and moving to our new location. It's in 3 parts. And if anyone would like to be part of this auspicious move and you live anywhere nearby, it would be great to have you join us on Saturday, March 1st. Go to the new place and we'll do a little ceremony to welcome Ma to the new space.
And we have a few more. John. John, are you there? Let's see. Well, John, if you'd like. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, hi, I'm John.
Hi, John.
Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from Belmont, California.
Belmont, California. Great. Welcome. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
Shema. And Gulshan. Can you say hi?
Sure. Hi. It's been a while. I'm on my girlfriend's laptop, so I'm not used to this. I had to fish for getting a. I'm from Northern Virginia, and Jai Ma, everybody.
So good to see you, Gulshan. Jai Ma.
Jema. And Yana.
Jai Ma, Yana from Hilo, Hawaii. We won't talk about the weather, but the volcano is erupting today about 30 miles from my house.
Whoa.
It's beautiful.
Jai Pele.
Thank you.
Amazing. That's so great. And Mariano. Mariano, are you there?
Hello. I am here. Hola. Hello.
Hey.
Well, I don't know to speak English. I am from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Mucho gusto.
But I'm very happy to participate.
Welcome.
Bienvenido.
Gracias.
Yay, that's great.
And that's that. Welcome, everyone.
So nice to see you all. Okay, so let's sing a little kirtan, yeah? Let's sing Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi, which we call Hey Ma. I think the words are going to be in the, thank you, honey. The words are in the chat. Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari. Hey Ma, 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 Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari. Hey Ma, 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 hey Ma. Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. Hey, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma, 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 Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. Hey, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma, Om Shri Ma Jaya Jaya Ma. Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari Anandamayi Chaitanyamayi Karunamayi Parameshwari. Hey Ma, Shri Shinanamai Mata Ki Jai. So now we're going to have a reading from Saraswati about Ma's Leela.
I want to thank Prajna very much. You know, I really loved how you said that Ma has been choreographing your life. That just really struck me. And Ma continues to do that with me. And she did that with me by you sending me this morning. So thank you so much to read. I appreciate it. So this is, it's titled My Ma by Meenakshi Sahai or Shivani. And this is her speaking. I miss you more than anyone knows. As time passes, the emptiness grows. The tears in my eyes will dry away, but the ache in my heart will stay. Today, tomorrow, my whole life, though, I will always revere and worship you. As I sit to write this article, the world seems empty and meaningless without Ma. Tears flow freely as my mind recollects the time which has passed, basking in her love and care. A long period of 34 years, I would willingly give everything I have to get back those years. An era, an epoch, has ended on 27th August 1982 when Ma left her body. Oh, goodness. Of course, the phone call came in, right? I'm sorry. An era, an epoch has ended on the 27th August 1982 when Ma left her body, thus leaving me an orphan in this cruel and selfish world. The doors of the hall at Kankal Ashram were flung open, no one to stop us from entering. We walked in a line, put our malas at her feet. Due to my old habit, I waited a second so that she may see me and give me a smile of recognition, but nothing happened. I stood in a corner where Ma's body was kept for the last darshan before the Tal Samadhi. I remembered how in every calamity and tragedy I used to put my head at her feet, and when she touched my head with her lotus hands, all suffering and pain used to vanish. To whom shall I go now? My pillar of strength has withdrawn from this earth. The atmosphere was charged with human anguish, emotion, and grief. The elements had joined the mourners. It seemed as if the earth shook while sobbing. The heavens were weeping. After everything was over, I retracted my steps. My source of solace had left me to face this calamity alone. I returned to Lucknow, and today, the past years of my life passed before my eyes like scenes from a movie. My mother, Leela Sahai, came in contact with Ma in January 1938, and since then the whole family became Ma's devotees. I was born in 1947, and it was my great luck that Ma came to our house for the first time in 1948 at Nainital. I was just 6 months old at that time. Then, year after year, I used to go to Ma's ashram with my mother and grandfather, Dr. Lal. When I was small, Ma used to remain mostly in her Varanasi or Vindhyachal ashrams, and we were frequent visitors to Varanasi ashram. I remember very vividly how we used to live in a small room in the ashram, and most of my time was spent in playing with the Kanyapith girls, looking at the Ganga flowing below the ashram or attending the arati at Annapurna Mandir on the first floor. Sometimes we used to go to the Vishwanath Ji temple. Ma's ashrams became a second home for me. Our family are mostly bhaktas of Sri Krishna, but somehow I was greatly attracted toward Shivaji. Shiva and Ganga became an inseparable part of me, and whenever I saw a Shiva temple or Ganga, I was drawn towards them instantaneously. When I sat in front of Ma, I used to long for garlands and prasad from her hand. When she called me and gave me something, I used to be overjoyed and imagined myself to be a VIP sitting near her chair or couch. It was in 1952 when I went with my parents to Badranath, and there on the way, I was suddenly gripped with the fear of death. We came back and then went to have Ma's darshan at Varanasi. I had my first private with Ma at the age of 5, and she removed all my fears. That was the first time when I realized that she was God. She was my Shiva. I had achieved what I had wanted. After a few days, I was sitting near the small Shiva temple situated on the terrace of the Varanasi ashram and overlooking the Ganga. It was dusk, and everyone was busy with their daily chores. Suddenly, I looked up, and lo and behold, Ma was standing in front of me, smiling graciously. I stood up. She gave me a Rudraksha mala, uttered a mantra, and touched my head. I fell at her feet, and that was the beginning of a life after life relationship. Since then, it has always been Ma and no one else. I have shared my joys and sorrows with her only, sometimes in front of her physical form and sometimes in the solitary room in our house in front of her photo. She might have been present or absent physically, but my problems were always solved. I needed no one else. How can I forget the Saraswati Puja at our place in Lucknow in 1973? I had a keen desire to perform it, and Ma agreed. I told her that as I knew nothing, she would have to do everything, and she took over everything. She was the host, and all the arrangements, from dusting and sweeping of the lawn to the intricate details of the puja, were done according to her directions. Because of her, the whole atmosphere became divine. She walked in and out of this house as she said that it was her own house. She came several times, and her last visit was in January 1981. While leaving, Ma made a round of the whole room and did pranam to all the vigrahas and pictures in the puja room. Little did we realize that this was the last time she had come to this house in her physical form. Today, Ma is no more with us physically. I cannot remember a single occasion when she has not been with me physically or mentally. We are ordinary mortals, and so we're naturally more attached to her physical form. Her benign smile, her touch, even a kindly glance from her had more worth than all the riches of the world. I know Ma will always be with me, life after life, but it will take years to adjust to the fact that she is not here in her physical form. I will never be able to take a mala to her and say, Ma, Shivani Ai Hai, Shivani has come. And in return, hear the sweet and kind voice, Shivani tum kase hai. Shivani, how are you? Ma had given me this name on the last day of the Chatra Durga Puja in 1953. The goddess was being taken to the Ganga for immersion. Ma came near me, touched my head, and said, Shivani. I am willing to give my life to hear the word Shivani from her, because the only one I loved, adored, revered, and worshiped, and still adore, shall always adore, is Ma, my Ma. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma, thank you so much. That came this morning on Facebook from Abhijit Bobby Chatterjee, and I was just so moved by that. So thank you so much. It's so much even better with you reading it. Wow. Okay, so let's have another kirtan from Josh and Angie. Jai Ambe.
Thank you so much for that beautiful reading, Saraswati. It's so wonderful. Let me move to my spot. Right, so the words are in the pat, praising the Mother of the world, Divine Mother. Jai Jai Ambe, Jai Jagadambe. Jai Ambe, Jai Jagadambe. Jai 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 Jai Ambe, Jai Jagadambe.
Jai Ma, thank you so much. Okay, now Ramani is going to do a reading of Ma's words.
Jai Ma, everyone. So I am going to read from The Goddess Whispers, a conversation with Sri Anandamayi Ma. And the slideshow that Prajna will show us later, many photos I'm sure will be from the ashram, obviously, that she went to, Ma Shardnam. And this book was compiled by Swami Guru Shardananda, who is the leader of, Swami leader of that ashram. He compiled this during COVID. So Ma called us to read today about Nam Japa. So we'll see what she has to say. Once a person went to a saint and asked for a mantra. The saint did not give it. The person kept going every day and insisted. One day, the saint in exasperation said, "Go away, Gopi Anandan." The devotee took this as the mantra given by the guru and started chanting Gopi Anandan with full faith. He became so absorbed that he neither ate nor slept. His heart became pure through constant chanting. His wife called him, but he was so engrossed that he did not hear. She thought he had gone mad. She scolded him, but it had no effect. Then she said, "I will chant your name. You eat and rest." He ate a little, but immediately returned to chanting. Seeing this, his wife ran away. He chased her and grabbed her cloth and said, "Give me back my God's name." She said, "Gopi Anandan, this is not a name. Take Gyantanandan." So he started chanting Gyantanandan with the same devotion. Days passed. In the Gulkala, Krishna's abode, Krishna said to Radha, "Look at our innocent devotee has given me a new name." Radha said, "Let's go to him." Radha and Krishna came to his house. Krishna hid in a pit. Radha, in disguise, stood before him. The devotee, absorbed in chanting, did not notice. Radha asked, "Whose name are you chanting?" He replied, "I am chanting your husband's name." Radha asked, "Where's my husband?" He replied, "He's hiding in the pit." Radha and Krishna then revealed themselves. Thus, through chanting, the devotee attained knowledge and devotion. Even by saying Gyantanandan, God knows that he is being called. God is omniscient. As long as is possible, chant the name Nama, means being in God's company. Just as a friend in this world reveals all their secrets to you, when you spend time with them, similarly, the supreme friend will reveal his essence to you when you keep his company. Do you stop bathing when you see the waves of the ocean? No, you dive into those waves and complete your bath. In the same way, amidst the worldly troubles and obstacles, continue to remember him. Keep trying to chant. Question: what should you do for those who do not have a guru? Mother, take the name of God. Chant any name of God that appeals to you. If your focus is on God, even if you chant the name incorrectly, it still reaches God. Just as you would respond if called another name, the divine realm does not matter. Call out God's name in any way, whether correct or incorrect. God knows everything. He is the knower of all hearts. By calling out to God, he will manifest. This body says, break down the door, go inside, or stay laying in front of the door. Depending on him, he cannot stay away without manifesting. Connect with God by any means possible. Engage in good company, satsang. If you have questions, ask saints, Mahatmas, to clear your doubts. There are only two people who do not have questions: one who has already succeeded and one who has never studied. Those walking the path will have questions. Follow what your guru has instructed. Merely listening to teachings will not suffice. You must also try to put them into practice. Question: Mother, I cannot focus my mind during japa. What should I do? Mother, just as one must find contentment while bathing in the turbulent waves of the salty ocean, you must continue your practice amid distractions. Question: is chanting the name Nam Jap also a form of satsang? Mother, certainly, because God exists in the form of the name, Namarupa. He is the embodiment of truth, the form of mantra. The name means that which is making it easier to approach God. That is the name. God exists in the form of the name, in the form of the letters, and also in the form of the mantra. Chanting is also a form of satsang. You find him in the form of the name. Chanting with dedication yields greater results. Yet even without dedication, some benefits will occur. Chant internally within your heart. Just as a seed is planted underground, the mantra or name should be established in the heart and chanted. The seed of the fruit tree produces a tree, which then shines with its own light. God's names and forms are infinite. By chanting, his infinite forms will manifest. When planted in the heart, It is natural for it to reveal its essence. Knowing oneself means knowing God. Practice should be maintained for this. Just as one becomes a professor or engineer after passing exams, similarly, through practice, sadhana, enlightenment will naturally occur. But follow your guru's instructions. Jai Ma.
Jai Ma. Thank you, Ramani. Beautiful reading. So now we're going to have the slideshow. And I have to say, this is a new computer. I had a lot of tutoring today from our friend Chris, the husband of Kayla. And I'm hoping that I can, make it work. So what I'm going to do is ask for your patience for a minute while I find the slideshow and try to get it up on the screen.
We believe in you, Prajna, and we believe in Ma. You got this.
Yes. Okay. So Josh, if you wouldn't mind starting to play some music, that would be awesome. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is So can everyone see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes. Great job.
Okay, so to begin with, Shri Shri Anandamayi Mata Ki Jai. I was in India for a month, and I think it's safe to say that I felt almost the entire time that I was Ma's ambassador. Everywhere I went, people wanted to hear about Ma. The person sitting next to me at the gate at the Delhi airport was in a midlife crisis, and he was a TV star, but he had just brought his grandmother's Bhagavad Gita with him. And when he found out that I knew something about Ma, he wanted to hear about her. And that's the way it went the whole time. So let me see if I can go this way. Yes. So this was the first day at the hotel in Chennai. The beginning of my trip was a retreat in Tiruvannamalai, which is a very sacred place where Ramana Maharshi did his sadhana, and the great mountain Arunachala, which represents Shiva, is there. This is the retreat. It was run by a devotee of Ma's named Patrick Connor. And when I first got there, he introduced me as Ma's devotee and as, some person with knowledge of Ma. And that began, people just swarmed around me asking for information about Ma and how can they find out more. Then they asked me to do a presentation one day at lunchtime on Ma. I had no books, I had no pictures. I just spoke from my heart. And after that, people just followed me everywhere to every meal to get more information about Ma. It was really phenomenal. This was Patrick, the leader of the retreat. And my final goodbye with him, I was headed after this to first go to Ramana Ashram. This is Christopher Pegler on the left, who is from the UK and runs the UK Ma Satsang, and his wife Zareen, my friend Mary, and they were all living in Ramana Ashram having a retreat. That's Arunachala mountain in the background. We went to the house of a famous novelist, and they chanted beautiful songs in Tamil to Ramana Maharshi. There's Arunachala in the background. This lovely hostess of ours saw that I had swollen legs and feet from the airplane ride and got out some castor oil. And there I am being treated in front of Arunachala Mountain. This is the ride to Masharanam. Do you recognize it, Ramani?
Very much so. It looks so similar.
Okay, so this is the main building at Masharanam. This is Ma's temple. You might be able to hear a little chanting in there. Were you able to hear that? The chanting?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
So this is the month where at Masharanam, all four temples have chanting going 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day. And in this temple is the Maha Mantra. In this temple, which is the Kali temple, is the fire going all day. Here's Swamiji giving his noonday talk about Ma's life to the little boys. So Ma Sharanam has traditionally raised orphan or very indigent boys. And this is, I think, pretty much Swamiji's third generation of boys that he's raising with this amazing education. And there are 32 boys there now. The boys have taken up archery, which they feel is a great sport for them. And this little guy named Thakur won the championship for Madhya Pradesh and went to the national archery championship. After this picture was taken, Swamiji took a turn. He's never done archery before, but he got 3 bullseyes in a row. The boys here are getting ready to serve lunch. This is the Shiva temple, which was one of my favorite places to be. And every morning there was a beautiful worship service called an Abhishek that I attended for about an hour and a half in the morning. Here's another talk by Swamiji. This is the evening chanting in Ma's hall. This is Jaipal, who, is that right? I think, who is one of the boys that was raised here at Masharanam and is now an IT guy in Indore, and he comes for holidays and weekends because this is his family. Lovely, lovely young man. This is in the center of the courtyard, and it's the Samadhi shrine of a great, great devotee of Ma's, a saint of Ma's, named Ashok Baba. And you've heard us talk about him. Soon we'll be publishing the interview that Mangalanandaji and I had with him on our website. He and his wife had extraordinary adventures with Ma, and he sadly passed away during COVID. sorry. These boys have been chosen to be the archery team. And they hired a coach, sort of an Olympic coach, and they chose the boys based on their sort of aptitude. And they're about to get an award. I wanted to show you Dharmendra, who's a very beautiful young man, who's a dwarf over here on the left, a little person. And he was rescued from his village where he's being bullied terribly and has grown up here with Swamiji and turned into a really amazing young man who's very much honored and loved and a part of the community. Here we are. This is Naniji on the right, the French woman. We were chosen. Swamiji said, I would like you and Naniji with your holy hands to give the boys their new sneakers for the archery team. So that's what we're doing. And then they're having their pictures taken, which is a big thing. I love this photo. This is Swamiji at night after the oddity, sitting behind the boys as they are all chanting. Again, Ma's temple, which has pictures all the way around of women saints. Ma, a statue of Ma here, and then the Sri Yantra here in the front of the ashram, of the temple. This is another boy raised in the ashram. Very lovely. His parents are trying to get him married, and Swamiji is saying he needs to get more education so that he can really serve the world and serve you. This is another big building in the ashram. It's the Sikh Gurudwar. And what's going on is 24-hour-a-day recitation of the Guru Granth Sahib during this month in which I was there. And they bring Swamiji in at the end of every 2 days to lead a Shabad. See, all the boys have on headdresses which you wear in a Sikh Gurudwar. Women are on the other side. Again that evening, more chanting. The boys are here just for fun. This is their free time and they want to learn from these professional drummers. So they're all drumming. Swamiji giving his morning talk. This is another young man who grew up in the ashram, Ganesham, who's now he's the administrator of the ashram. This is a birthday party, and you've never been to a birthday party until you've been to something like this. It's Swamiji's nephew, Ishwar's birthday, and the boys just have an unbelievable time, as you will see in a second. Okay, now I'm not seeing how I'm going to make this go forward. Kate Hart is admitted.
So there's a little arrow off to the left. If you hover where his drum is, you'll see it.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm not seeing it was there before. Oh, no, but it's not there now. It's almost like we've taken up a full screen.
What if you do the back arrow?
Yeah, do you see? I don't see a back arrow, but
Your back
there we
arrow
go.
on
Yeah,
your.
I found it. I got it. Thank you. Oh, okay. For some reason. No, this is the same one. There we go. Okay. So now we've gotten through the birthday party. We've skipped a couple of the birthday party dances, one of which I was made to dance along with. Everybody started dancing. Everybody. Now it's Republic Day, sort of like our 4th of July. And because at this moment there are no girls in the school, the boys have dressed up for the girls' part, sort of like in Shakespeare's day. And they are loving it, as you can see. This is back to a chant going on in the. Oh, this is a. I'm not going to show you this whole thing, but this is a walk through the entire ashram. Unless you really want to. It's about 4 minutes long, but it takes you down the paths. Ramani, I'll send this to you because I know you want to see what it's like.
Yes, please.
Okay. We'll go back to Republic Day where they're celebrating the independence of India. First, they had all these performances. This is a Saraswati performance. And this is the kind of dances the boys make up for this. They've been practicing this for days, and there's 6 or 7 acts. Look at this. And at this Republic Day, they're celebrating especially this young man here, this is his father, who was illiterate. He was one of the boys at the ashram, and he has just passed the civil service exam and gotten a really good job in India after, I think, not passing it 3 or 4 times and keeping going, studying again, studying again. And so he's being honored, which is, I think, an inspiring story for the boys, the boys there. And, so they do a whole thing of driving him through town. There's Swamiji. Here's his brother Sadabjit, who's very instrumental in running the ashram, the principal of the school, the dad of Sudarshan and Sudarshan. Lots of pictures. There's lots of picture taking because everyone has a phone. There are lots of families there too with little kids. This is a German woman visiting with her daughter. This is Swamiji's sister-in-law who was cooking for 75 people the entire time I was there and never lost this expression on her face. People, the whole ashram understands seva as love for Ma, service to Ma, and it just flows like the boys just take up a task and then someone comes in and takes it over, and it's so beautiful. They asked me to sing a chant, one day, which I'm not going to play for you because you've heard me sing plenty. But it was sort of funny because the boys had never heard this sort of Western style of chanting that we do. So Swamiji's like trying to get them to sing, and Ishwar's trying to get them to sing, and they're just like, this Western lady, what is she doing? The Kali temple with the fire burning all day, and then at night the oddity, which was so beautiful. After the oddity, we would sit out here on this veranda and watch the sunset on the Narmada River, the very sacred river, right in the background there. Again, this is the puja in the morning, the Abhishek at the Shiva temple. There was always a couple of little boys learning from the pundits how to do the thing, and he chanted for about an hour and a half in beautiful, perfect Sanskrit, 90 miles an hour. The daughter of the German lady I showed you before, who's there to heal from a very traumatic relationship she's just escaped from, and she came here for healing, and she's a songwriter, and she wrote a song a day and was singing a song to Swamiji right here. These are the guests who were here when I was here. French, German, French, German, me, German, and you remember Albert Kim, he's from our satsang. He was there having a great time. So I've left, now I've left Masharanam, very sadly, but Swamiji told me it was very important for me to go north to visit. I'm not going to show you the car ride, it's too hair-raising. To visit this very important person. This is Ambassador Kamalesh Sharma, who invited me up here. And Swamiji told me my chart said, even though I might not feel like it, I should go on this last trip up here. These are the Himalayas. This is Dehradun, a town where there are 3 hidden ashrams of Ma's. And Kamaleshji, the ambassador, who was the ambassador to the Commonwealth, has 2 projects that he wants to end his life with. So he and I shared how funny it is that he's 84, I'm 79. We both have these big projects for Ma, and we're just going to keep going until our bodies say we can't do it anymore. So he is renovating, restoring the 3 oldest ashrams of Ma's in Dehradun. And he showed them each to me. So most of the time he's kind of, he's an ambassador, he's Oxford educated, very, very serious. But when he got to Ma's ashrams, he was in tears. And as soon as he got there, he started reciting Sanskrit scriptures and bowing to Ma, and the tears were just rolling down his cheeks. It was beautiful to see. This is the oldest ashram of Ma's. It's in Dehradun. It's called Raipur. And in 1932, Ma woke up one morning in Shahbag, and she told Bolanath, her husband, and Baiji, her first devotee, we're leaving now. They thought she meant leaving to go to another part of Bengal, but no. They followed her. She got on a train. She went to Lucknow in India, and then she continued to the Himalayas to Dehradun. When she got to Dehradun, she kept saying, I see something, I see something. She took the 2 of them into the jungle, and they walked for 3 days and came to this temple. It has a 4-inch Shiva lingam in it, which is so precious and has been worshipped there since the 16th century. So she made this her home, and as the ambassador says, this is really the only home she ever lived in and called it a home. After that, people built ashrams and she kept wandering, but this was her original home. So his project is he's restoring. See how the murals are coming through now. He's restoring these early 3 ashrams. He's also starting an international foundation to support people who love Ma, who want to start an ashram, want to start a satsang, want to learn more about her. He's building a center in Dehradun at one of these 3 ashrams where people can network and support each other in starting ashrams for Ma. Here's Ma's room where she slept in that ashram. This is the view from his apartment. And this was my final day in India with friends that I've chanted the Hanuman Chalisa with. This woman, Japna, has made 3 documentaries, 2 on Maharaji, 1 on Ramana Maharshi, and she wants to make her next documentary on Ma and has asked for our help. This guy here had just taken me to his TV studio to do an interview on Anandamayi Ma, and then I went to the airport and flew away. This was my final ceremony at my Sharanam. Okay. Jai Ma. So nice to see you. So let's have a little sharing now. We might as well right after that, huh? So how this works is Saraswati will call on you if you either raise your hand or if you, there's a little button down here under reactions or something where you can raise a virtual hand. So would anyone like to share?
Prajna, there was a question in the chat. Question
Yeah.
for Prajna. I'm aware that there is an Anandamayi Ma retreat in May in the UK. Will anyone from the United States be attending, and do you know of any details about it?
That's a very good question. Please, Saraswati, would you mind putting my email in the chat?
Not at all.
Please email me and I'll put you in touch with Christopher Pegler. Anyone else thinking of going to England? We'll find out for you, Ryan. Yeah, because you're in Ireland.
Yes, very cool.
And I'll get you in touch with Christopher Pegler, who's putting on the retreat.
I'm in touch with him. I'm already in touch with him.
Oh, good.
I was wondering if anyone from the United States was going. Are you going or?
I haven't planned to go, but Ma has a way of sneaking up on you, and suddenly you're going somewhere that you didn't know you were going. So I don't know yet, but I'll be in touch with you. I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, have a great time. Okay, who else would like to share? Just it doesn't have to be about the slideshow, about anything. There are readings tonight. Michael has his hand up. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Pragna. This was so heartwarming to watch the slideshow, especially after having been to Masharanam recently. And I wanted to say that I was there in India for 6 weeks, and those boys were just the most of everything I experienced. It was like those boys were the most precious thing to witness. Like I was just blown away by those kids. So thank you for suggesting that I go and mentoring me on my trip and everything. So
Oh, we should talk soon. I'd love to hear every
yeah,
detail. Yeah, we can share notes. Yeah,
okay.
thank you for that. I'm so glad you got to go.
Yeah.
Kathleen.
Jai Ma.
Jai Ma.
I just wanted to share with everyone a struggle I've been having. I don't mean to bring down the group. It's been so beautiful. But I've been struggling to find my balance with all that is going on in this country right now. And I'm torn between activism and detachment. And I was just, I could really use some advice.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm sure if we nodded our heads, we would say that most of us here are torn between activism and detachment. It's really difficult. And in fact, I was just on the phone with a friend today who's a Ma devotee, talking about that very thing. And just to say that I did feel after a month in India and so much time at Masharanam that I had a capacity for detachment that I hadn't had before I went. And it isn't going to stop me from, doing what I can, making phone calls or whatever I want to do. But there's not the feeling of desperation that I had before I went. So that gave me the information that if I'm balancing my activism with contemplation, with praying to Ma, with my practices, I'll be more effective and not as frantic, because the franticness wasn't doing me or anyone any good before I left. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but I'm happy to talk to you anytime because we're all in the same boat.
Thank you. Yes, it does help. I just was feeling some confusion about it. And
Yeah, it is hard because, from Ma's perspective, this is all one big Leela. It's a play, it's Maya, and yet we know people who are suffering. We have friends who are right here in our town feel that they're sort of trying to stay away from ice. And so that's real. And so our hearts go out to them. We're going to give them a key tomorrow in case they need to get into our house. So you know what I'm saying? There's this balance, but I think if it's coming from a place of equanimity and faith and devotion, it's going to be much easier to get through. So I hope that helps a little bit. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It does.
You're so welcome. Ramani?
I was just going to say, Kathleen, if you'd like, I'll put my email in the chat. In the book I read from today, the very last chapter on this book helped me greatly because it's literally a chapter about why is there so much fighting and wars and all of this going on right now. And
That's a great
so
idea. Yeah.
I can send you or anybody else photos of exactly Ma's words on this exact thing you're asking about. And it brought me a lot of comfort. And so I think it might help you as well.
Jema, thank you so much.
That's really great. I'm realizing that we're almost out of time. We've had such an amazing satsang. Does anyone else want to say anything before we do our closing mantras and say goodbye? Okay, I'm just going to turn a little bit this way. We'll go back to this view. Honey, could you put on the music thing? Yep. So we're skipping ahead. Let me just make a couple of announcements while we're doing this part. As some of you know, the Sri Anandamayi Ma ashram is moving to our new location about 10 minutes away during the month of March. And again, we'd love help on March 1st if anyone's available. And the best way to see our offerings for March, February, and March is to go on our website. Saraswati, would you mind putting our website on there again, just for people? Because we have a calendar. It's just so easy to tell what's happening. Because we have Tuesday satsangs and Sunday satsangs throughout this time. And we'd love to see you there. And as of March 2nd, our satsangs will be hybrid. So we will have people in person with us. So all you have to do if you want to come in person is to RSVP, and then we'll send you directions to the new ashram. Okay, so let's do our closing mantras. Akhanda mandalakaram yaptamena characharam tatparam darshitam yena tasme Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Asato matsatgamaya Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya Murtyorma amritam gamaya Mahedi. Om Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Shyanandamai Mata Ki Jai. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to Josh and Angie for your beautiful chant. Thank you, Saraswati, for the gorgeous reading and for co-hosting. To Ramani, to Ted for all his help, who's sitting right next to the screen. Do your hand thing. And there he is. So I feel like I want to be with you all for longer. This has been so beautiful. Namaste. We hope to see you maybe next Tuesday. And certainly we're all be in touch. And please, my email is in the chat. If you want to talk about anything or have questions about anything the way Ryan did about the retreat in the UK, please feel free to send an email. Okay? So let's all unmute and say Jai Ma to each other.
Jai Ma!
Jai
Ma!
Thank you so much for being here.
Jai Ma.
Juma, it was beautiful to come back to you.
Tanya, everybody.
Thank you.
Tanya just showed up.
Oh, look at Carla's got hearts coming up. That's so cool. Hey, Jema. Jema, take care, everyone.
Jai Ma, Bonnie. Jai Ma, Ma.
Jai Ma! Goshan, Jai Ma!
Jai Ma.
Not ready to stop yet.
Jai Ma. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Congratulations again.
Oh, yes.